if you have been learning French for weeks and for quite a long time and you're not able to hold a conversation in French, the problem is not that you don't have enough vocabulary. The problem is not that you're not smart. The problem is you didn't learn the French sounds, how to pronounce French words, French phonetics. That's the missing link and the missing key. I am honestly, genuinely begging you to start with French phonetics. It will change your life, your French language life. French sounds and English sounds are completely different. They're not the same. And on top of that, French sounds lie to you by the way they are written. You can never get the word right by looking at how they are written, like in English. Same letter, completely different sound depending on where it sits in the sentence or in the word. French words also melt into each other. So for some French vowel sounds, your mouth has never made the sound before. So of course, you won't really know how to pronounce them. Case in point, you learn over 50 words, 100 words in French, and then you have a conversation with a French person and you don't understand the word. It sounds like a whole long sentence and nothing makes sense to you. This is not a vocabulary problem. This is mainly a phonetics problem. So that's why learning phonetics first is important. The good news, it's completely fixable. Once you understand what the problem is, it's fixable. But before that, I'm going to talk about 3 blockers that prevent you, first of all, from really pronouncing the French words immediately you see them. Just 3. So blocker number one, consonants, words that end in a consonant. Any word, most of the words, you don't pronounce the last letter, okay, of the word. For example, toujours is not toujours, okay? Vous is not vous. And beaucoup is not beaucoup. Do you see what I'm saying? Never pronounce the last consonant. You fix this one thing and immediately you sound more natural. Blocker number 2 is liaison. In French, we call it liaison. It means when a word ends with a consonant and the next word begins with a vowel, there is what they call a liaison that happens between the two of them. This link. For example, when you see vous and avez, is vous avez, not vous avez, okay? And then when you see les and les and enfant, it's pronounced les enfants. Do you see how it rhymes together? And that's why when French people are speaking, you think they're saying one long sentence. No, it's because there are lots of liaisons in the sentences or in the words they're speaking. The number 3 blocker is the French nasal vowel sounds. They don't exist in English, so you're going to have to train your ears and your tongue to learn how to pronounce them, which is completely doable. Once you get this, everything clicks a bit faster. They're usually pronounced from the back of the throat and through the nose. The first one, So what changes when you begin working on your pronunciation? First of all, spoken French slows down. You begin to understand the words. It begins to make sense to you. The speaking follows. At this point, when the words are making sense to you, you don't second guess yourself when you're about to speak because you already know how to pronounce the words. Hereafter, confidence follows. Here, not only do you no longer second guess yourself, now you actually engage in conversations. You don't run away from conversations anymore. And people actually understand you. And this is where we say you're living the language and not just living around it. These are 2 of the resources I highly recommend. You'll find it pinned in the comments and also in my show notes. 10 minutes a day on audio recordings. This is my prescription. If you know someone who feels stuck in French, or if you are the one, please try this prescription and tell me what your experience is in a couple of weeks. If you want to go the full length with your pronunciation activity, you want to really advance quickly in French, there's a resource I would recommend. It's called the Complete Pronunciation Course by Dylane Moreau. She is a native French speaker and she made a course that covers everything you need to know about French pronunciation. I have her book linked in the notes, linked in the description. You can find it there. Of course, I earn a small commission if you click on the link and you buy the book, but it's a book I would recommend as a former teacher. I can absolutely say this book is great for beginners and people that are serious about working on their pronunciation. And I hope you tell me how it goes afterwards. The second resource I would recommend is to register on iTalki. This is where you get live French teachers to speak with you, and you register on it. And this is live practice with native French teachers. So in the week, if you work on your pronunciation and then some other time you are talking with a native French speaker, your French will get better a whole lot faster. I'm Easy France by Ade. I'll see you in the next video and I hope this really helps.